you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best.
In case any of these look like they're good.
Good. Are you starting? Sorry, it looks like me. No boo. I know. Thank you. Oh, you're not. She said, I have to sit right up front. I love it. Really good. Nice to meet you. Rhonda has this heart. Oh, we have a social tomorrow night, right? I will. I secretly planned on staying.
If look in the comments, maybe if somebody can't hear me for some
That should
reason.
not be an issue.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like, it just doesn't want to play out.
This is super cute. I know. I literally had to get coffee to stay warm. Hello. All right. Fresh coffee. Oh, you're so good.
Okay, so.
Yep. Goes right in the middle. Yep. You're so good. That's it. And now you at least have fresh coffee. As soon as you're ready, we'll get started. I feel like I smell lunch already. You know, smell lunch already? I'm like, makes me hungry. We didn't do anything more bold today for this meeting, but I'm making the announcement. If you or, again, we didn't really like talk to the group, but like if somebody want to say something, or I'm just so excited, or I know. It's chilly. Good. Oh, and my clicker. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, Valentine. How's everybody doing? Good? It feels quiet because we're having a little audio snafu. So the only audio you're hearing is out of this TV, not out of the speakers. But it wasn't quite loud enough to like make me feel like dancing. That's okay. So if you didn't feel like dancing yet, that's okay. We'll get you your vibes back, right? Well, thank you all for being here. I just was gonna say I might have to like stand because I like to walk. I don't know how are we gonna do this. If I stand over here, good. Then I can see everybody's faces. Okay, so we have a ton to get covered today. So enough with the chit chat. We're gonna just like roll into this, okay? Because I know what y'all are waiting for. I know what y'all came for. All right, first time guests. If it is your first time here, I actually have a mic on because there is people online in Zoom land. So I'm mic'd up. Anybody that wants to talk today, I have these great little mics up at the front here for people to talk into. So if you're a first time guest and you have never been to a KWB team meeting, would you raise your hand? Stand up, girl. Stand up. Stand up. You have a mic right in front of you. Oh, imagine that. Imagine how that got there. So just tell us who you are. Are you new? Are you just visiting? Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
And
goodness.
you won't hear it, like actually hear it. It's just for the people on Zoom land. She said, I'm going to take it to the next level. Give her a round of applause. I love it.
Hi, people, internet people, and y'all. My name is Amber Desiree. Not a new broker, but I'm new to KW, so this is day one for me. Thanks to my girl, BB, I don't know, Brittany, yeah. But yeah, hey, I hope to meet all y'all and work together, and yeah.
We're so happy you're here. I know there's some other first timers in here. Good to see you. Yes, girl. Here's the mic right next to you. Feel free to stand where you're at or come up front. I like this up front thing.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Marcia Riley Guess. I've been an agent for 4.5 years with KW Coral Springs, Florida. I just moved here.
Everybody's like, yes. No, she moved here. She
4
moved
weeks
here.
ago. But still have lots of connection there. And I hope to see you guys and maybe do some things together.
Yes.
Nice meeting you. Thanks for having me.
Yay. Thank you. As I like to say, one of our cousins from the other KW, only she's moving here, so she's checking us out today. Okay. Anybody else? First team meeting? Good. Come on in. Come on in. No first timers here. No first timers here. We know all these guys. All right. Hi. Let's keep going. And I'm not, that's okay. One more. Bucket fill. So this is one of our favorite parts. Let's do 3 bucket fills today. So this is anybody in the room that wants to raise their hand. Again, you got to use the handy dandy little mic and just tell us something that somebody's done for you. It could be in your business. It could maybe just be, listen, I was walking out in the parking lot the other day and, you know, Liz just had this big smile and she gave me a big hug. She was like, she knew I needed that hug. Whatever it is, right? Let's take 3 bucket fills. One right up front. You have the mic.
I just really wanted to thank everybody here. I apparently was the cultural icon for June. I had no idea my stepfather had passed away, and I've spent the last 28 days of 90 days in Florida. So I'm not feeling really successful in my real estate world. I just really wanted to thank everyone, and I did not thank everyone last meeting because I was in the corner crying because it hit me that hard. Thanks, PJ. You caused that one by saying, by congratulating me. I had no idea. So I just really wanted to say thank you to everybody. KW Cares means a lot to me. Keller Williams culture means a lot to me. Even when I write offers, I prefer to work with Keller Williams agents because we just have that whole sense of culture. And for anybody who doesn't know, KW Cares 10 years ago gave me a grant of $18,000 when I was really sick in New York, and it saved my life. It saved my life and it restarted my business. So KW will always be in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else? We need 2 more. 2 more bucket fills. Come on, I know y'all got them. Oh, Miss Tiffany. Here you go, girl.
I don't really have a bucket fill, but I just want to say I'm happy to be back. I've been out of the office for a while. So
Well, you kind of had some big things going on.
yes, I did. I know. So if you guys, anybody needs anything, I'm back in the grind in the office. I've been working, but in the office. I just love everybody here and so happy to be back.
I love it. And hold her accountable. I love that because that's how we love on our people. Connie, before you go, I do just want to say, if you have taken I get choked up. My kids aren't even that old. If you have taken one of your amazing human beings to college in the past month, would you stand up? We have several. I know there's several of you. I know. Seriously, I got choked up looking. I know we have several of our KWB family that has taken kids, and I, yes, have been I loved all the pictures. And then it's just like, then I'm looking at some of them and I'm like, "Ah." Yes, it is a real thing. Connie, you have our last third one.
Like to have a special fulfill for my partner, Lisa Maxwell. I went on a cruise last
I'll
week.
hand it to you when
and
she's done.
Had a wonderful time. She was going to mega camp. Got my clients from hell. Excuse my language.
To me, like,
Of course, was one that was my backup, but literally had to take them out all week after she got back.
Aw.
Wrote a contract all weekend, with her husband. Then they decided after we looked like we were accepted, great deal, they texted her and said, oh, we decided to withdraw the offer.
oh,
I just want to thank you because I know you put all this time and effort into it. And that's just a great part of being Keller Williams and having a partner like Lisa that makes my world go round.
I love it. We're gonna hold on to that one for us. All right, I love it. Let's keep going, guys. So again, I don't want to go too fast yet. We're gonna kind of speed through these this morning. This is our MVV BPs. Of course, being our mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. We are to be the real estate company of choice for our agents and their customers. Our vision. You guys all know this one. God, family, then business. And of course, our belief system. It is win-win, integrity, customers, commitment, communication, creativity, teamwork, trust, the equity, and success. Amazing. God, you guys are good. It's a technology company, right? Not a real estate company. It's a technology company that provides the real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses all of its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. All right, so I want to talk about the big check. The big check made it out today. So these are the people that added to their profit share downline for the month of, what are we in? July, right? Month previously. So congratulations to all of them. But would you look at this amazing list? If you're on this list, would you go ahead and stand up for us? These people all earned profit share just in the month of July. So again, if you're totally confused at profit share and you're like, I don't even know why she keeps bringing this big check out, come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'm happy to talk and discuss about it. So just for July, $64,000 was shared back to our agents. All right, so year to date, down here, the number $421,000. We happen to be the #1 market center in all of the Carolinas. Awesome. Let's keep going. I got my first special guest. See you guys in the back. Go ahead and come on up. Mike 1, Liz has for you.
Good morning, everyone. So great to see you all. So we always like to bring some options and revisit some value items that you all can bring to your clients. Right now, while the rate environment is increasing and buyers are concerned about interest rates and how it's impacting their monthly payments, I brought some flyers out today that are out on the high tops about the 2-1 buy down. Most of you have seen this in the past, and we've got some new people here, so I wanted to share it again. And how this works is Carolina Gold does have different lenders that offer the 2-1 buy down, and we also have a 1-0 buy down. And what that means is on a 30-year term mortgage, the second and first year have an interest rate reduction. So the first year of the mortgage, the interest rate is 2% lower. So if the permanent interest rate is 6.875, the first year, the interest rate would be 4.875. And on this example of a $425,000 mortgage, that decreases the month, that makes the monthly payment $542 less, which is a big savings for the buyer. And on the second year, it makes the interest rate 1% lower, or 5.875, which saves the borrower $278 a month. So as you can see, this is a really good solution for someone who's concerned about maybe their interest rate and their monthly payment for the first couple of years. Maybe they're expecting a job increase, promotion, a salary increase within the next year or two. So we have this solution. We have other solutions. Right now, I've got interest rates. I'm still locking in the 6s right now. A lot of rates that I'm seeing right now are in the mid 7s, upper 7s. So please come talk to us if you've got clients that are having trouble getting pre-approved where they want to be. We do offer these great options. Again, we've got these buy down flyers if you want to share them with your clients. Yes, ma'am. It could be either. It can be VA. It can be, and also can be seller paid or buyer paid. It can be investment property. Yes, these are great questions. And again, like just for the sake of time, please come see us after the meeting because I want to take all your questions, provide these. I have this in PDF. I have it in a hard copy. So please come see us. We want to get all your questions answered on this. Thank you.
Just real quick, to piggyback off of what Juliana was saying, if the buyer takes advantage of a buy down and the rates come down in the next like year or so and they decide to refinance, they don't lose the buy down. Whatever is remaining from that program gets applied to the principal balance. So it's not something that goes away. And the only other thing I have is we did have a lunch and learn for last week. The gentleman that's helping hosting it, he had some personal things come up. So I apologize that we had to move it last minute, but we've rescheduled it for September 6th at 11:30. We're going to be providing lunch. We're going to talk about the current interest rate environment, jumbo loans, DSCR investment loans, and a few other things. So I think Liz has the invite for everyone, and we would love to see you guys there.
Scan the QR code. Scan the QR code real quick. It'll take you right there. Thank you, guys. Again, I think my number one favorite thing, other than just who you guys are, it's options. It's just options. Like, again, are you having these conversations with your buyers? And what is the number one objection right now? I'm not buying in 7%. It's interest rates in some form or fashion. I live in a house that I've got 2.99. Great. So do you want to be an investor as well? Let's go buy you a second home. We'll just invest that one out. Have the option conversation with them. Cool? Awesome. All right, let's keep going. More events. So the amazing, you're here. I thought I saw you back there. It's good to see you. So if you don't know, the amazing, incredible Miss Lindsay, she is doing for us this Thursday, the 24th, from 1 to 3. Again, scan the QR code to get registered. It's everything that you can expect to be a rockstar agent. That's really what it should say. How long have you been in business? 10 years? 8.5? Consistently doing like $10 million production. I mean, again, what room do you want to be in? Scan the QR code. Make sure you guys get registered for Lindsay's class. Okay. Next one. This is another great one. On the 23rd, Thomas is doing all about Shift Tactic 2, how to do a mega open house, which is interesting because I've been having some conversations with agents. What do you guys think is like the average right now you're getting to an open house? How many agents? I mean, sorry, agents. How many clients, buyers, sellers, neighbors? I heard 5, 7, 8. Is that down from just a couple months ago? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. So would you like to have some more people come? Come on the 23rd. All right, we got some more stuff. Crawl Space Medic, another amazing lunch and learn on the 29th, 11 to 12. Give you a second to scan that little QR code. Again, whoever has had an issue with the crawl space, I think like, right? Don't you just advise them? Like if there's a crawl space, something's going to come up in there. And you get Chick-fil-A. Liz is like, it's Chick-fil-A. If there's ever a reason to come, it's Chick-fil-A. Speaking of home inspections, this handsome fella, Mr. Staker, will be here on the 31st from 1 o'clock. We're doing the mastermind all around home inspections. So again, he used to be a home inspector. He's got some really great tips and tricks. But more importantly, the thing I'm excited to do is actually do some real play role play. What do I say when somebody says, the crawl space kind of smells funny? Cool. Did you even open the crawl space when you were on the showing? Right? So we're going to do some real play role play. So again, 31st, hope to see you guys here. Maybe. There we go. I'm so excited for this one. September 7th, 12 o'clock, put it in your calendar. This one you don't even have to register for. This is one of our investing panels. So you're going to hear, as you can see, you guys know all these people, Rita, PJ, Mr. Mark, and Abby, all investors. Would you like to hear how they're doing it? With 7% interest. PJ, how many houses you own now? Down to 4. Because I sold one, right? He probably made money off of it. I know, right? Probably made money, you know. So again, if you want to hear all about investing, September 7th, that's going to be another great event. I'm so excited for this one. So this one, you guys, scan the QR code. This one you do have to register for because tickets are $14 each. It is for you, your significant other, the kiddos. You can even bring your dog. I'm not making that up. It is Dog in the Park Day as well. Okay, so bring everybody. The dogs are free. Everybody else $14. Register for as many seats as you want. This sells out every year. There'll be over 100 of us there in the outfield. Super fun event. Okay. Everybody scanned. I saw a couple phones up in the air. I know, right? I mean, if you can bring your dogs, who's not coming? Mega Agent Summit. Who has been to a Mega Agent Summit in the room? Couple of you.
Power on.
So again, what rooms are you choosing to be in? The Mega Agent Summit this year is in Hilton Head. Again, what reason not to go? In Hilton Head, you're going to be with top performers from all over the region. Here is some of the things that they're going to be doing for panels, other special guests. Brett Tanner talking all about KW Wealth. Michelle, I know you've been to his stuff. You flew all the way to Austin to see him and paid like $1,000. Amazing. This is not $1,000. Again, be sure to scan the QR code, register for the Mega Agent Summit as well. That'll be in October, so still plenty of time to save up if you need it. I think it's $4.99, $4.29, somewhere right in there. $3.99. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, let's go back. Is the volume? Oh, we could just watch the 2 video. I knew it was like 20 seconds. I was like, there's not going to be much volume. All right, so Bold registration is now open. So as you guys know, Bold comes to the Market Center every October, and this is going to be another incredible sellout Bold. When I tell you it will sell out, who was in Bold last year? Miss Angela, did you get into Bold last year? Were you sad? Yes. I'm telling y'all, we all were talking about it already. If you are hearing, oh, it's gonna sell out, it is gonna sell out. We only can fit 80 humans in this room. Okay. Bold is coming in October. If you scan this now, it's just gonna take you to First Step, which is totally free. If you're like, Teresa, I'm not gonna pay, I don't have the money, period. This one's free. Come to day one. Okay. Scan the QR code. Day one is free. That's October 11th. Bold will be Wednesdays for us, and you're going to hear a ton more information. I just wanted to put this out in front of you right now so you can reserve Wednesdays starting in October, November. We skipped the week of Thanksgiving because we don't want you to be here Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Bold, $7.99. First Step's totally free. Okay. You're going to hear a lot more on this. Liz, I think you're posting something later today with the actual links and more of information to come. Cool? Amazing. Give me a click. Yeah, perfect. And our next special guest, Miss Michelle.
Okay. Hey guys, it's time for me to break out. It's also our event coming up on here too, Liz, somewhere, a couple events up there. Yeah. Okay. And it's okay. We'll be talking about a couple of things. So it's time for me to break out the Chandra Parker story for a lot of reasons. Chandra Parker was, in case some of you guys know or don't know, I was a team leader back in the day. You know, I didn't have a cape like Teresa did. That's why I had to retire. Okay. They didn't give me capes. All right. So anyway, I had this great agent named Chandra Parker. And when she first started with me, I said, what's your goal? And she said, my goal is to make 30,000. Great. That's your goal. We're going to help you get there. Cause I don't care what your goal is. If your goal is, I want to be King Kong of real estate, I'm going to help you get there. You just got to tell me what your goal is. All right. So then the next week she shows up in my office and she's crying. I go, what on earth? What is wrong? And she says, hubby lost his job. Because she told me the reason she only wanted to make 30,000 was because her husband was making great money. She didn't have a thing to worry about. Right. So then everything got real in her world. She goes, what do I do now? And I said, well, what I'd like to see you do is plug into PC coaching at a high level. And I also want to see you do Bold, because this was like in February. She had Bold to do. Bold was coming up in April. So we did this with PC, this really fun thing called the Amazing Race. And the Amazing Race, and these are for all of you who are in coaching, okay? And this is going to be on the 29th. And she did this every year. And when she went out for her first visit doing it, she went out to a Walmart, because it's like a scavenger hunt and you're paired up with different people. And it gets you asking, not asking for business, but telling people you're in a contest. She met these 5 ladies in the garden center at a Walmart because she likes to garden. And she says, hey, she was really kind of shy. I just want to give you my card. I'm in this contest. I'm a realtor, blah, 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 right? She goes through the whole script. She comes back to the office because she had met all different kinds of people. She'd taken her picture with them, and the phone started ringing. She got a house that she was able to list from those 5 women. And since then, these are a few years later, she still gets people from when she went out and participated in the scavenger hunt. So let's go back to her first year. She then goes into Bold. Her back's against the wall. She knows she's got to be successful, because of her husband's situation. By January of that following year, January, so about 8 months later, Chandra Parker netted $105,000. She did the work. She did what we asked her to do in coaching. She went into Bold, which changed her life and her world. And so then her husband was able to start his own company and business, which was really cool to watch. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. She has 3 children who I got to watch grow up because I was the team leader there for 8 years. And she, every time her kids turned 16, she bought them a car. It was a used car. And she would pull it up at the parking lot and show it to me. She goes, wow, because I did this, my family has this, right? And the 16-year-old, the youngest one was a girl. She's the one who got the cool Jeep. She got the cool Jeep. She says, I would never give that to my sons. And now I watch, and I was in another thing with her because she eventually got to be in the ALC, and I was her accountability partner a couple of years ago. I said, okay, what's the next big goal? She goes, I want to buy a second home. I want to buy it up in the mountains. And she bought, and I said, when do you want to do this? Because it's January. She goes, I want to have it done by September. What's my job as a coach? Hold her accountable to get it right. She calls me actually that night and says, you won't believe it. She says, the perfect house became available. We were able to get the financing. We bought the house. I saw last week she bought her second other investment property. I watched her son get engaged in Italy. Because she took the chance those several years ago, it changed her life, her husband's life, and the whole trajectory of her family. You're in a business that this business can change your life and your world if you put in the work to do it. And I'm telling you, our PC coaches are the best of the best here, and they will not let you fall asleep at the switch and, fall asleep at your light switch. Our job is to help you get where you want to be. Plug in. I need everybody to sign up for the Amazing Race who are PC coaches, right? Then I'm going to the sizzling page, 1,000 units. Now I'm going to challenge this whole office, everybody in Ballantyne. There's 100 market centers that signed up to say that we would make 1,000 contacts in one day. Happens to be the same day I'm doing the Amazing Race. Okay. So some of you may or may not want to do the Amazing Race. I have the stuff for that, but we're going to post in the whatever room Liz says I'm allowed to post in. Okay. We're going to have everybody turn in their numbers, anybody in this office. And if you say, hey, I contacted 50 people, we're going to put that down, because there's 100 market centers in the country who are participating in this, who say they're going to have 1,000 contacts in one day. My question to you guys is, Ballantyne being the best of the best, how many are we going to bring in one day? 2,500. Do I hear more? So anyway, don't fall asleep with your switch. I mean, if you ever want to meet Chandra, I'll probably bring in here sometime for you guys to meet. But those are the stories I hear over and over again. Bold will change your life and your world. It is transformational coaching is what it is. You will not be the same. If you plug all in, you won't be the same. You plug all into PC coaching, you won't be the same. And the beauty of PC coaching, if you saw the numbers that are being produced for this month, it would blow your mind. And our agents and these people who've been with us, what we're saying, at least 18 months, right? We know the first 6 months, you're just getting to know things, right? And then you're going on to the next level. And the thing with PC coaching, you don't have to outgrow it because we continue to advance on higher levels to keep you more and more engaged in the game. So we look forward to working with you guys, and hey, let's rock it out. And I want all of you to achieve your dreams. Thanks.
Amazing. I saw you over here. You weren't even like halfway through that over here, and Olga is like silently. She was like, I mean, she's getting pumped up over here.
She's going to be doing the Amazing Race, right? See, that's right. You know, and she's got a full-time job, right? Well, you're skipping right now, I guess, right? That's why you're here. Okay, yeah.
But that's what I love. I literally
She's
looked
here.
over and I saw you and I smiled, right?
Because it matters to her.
That's right. She's here when she can be. That's what matters. Yeah. Awesome job, Michelle. Thank you. All right. Do we have Jules and Leah? That's all right. I'll keep going and go back. Because they have important things to say, but what she doesn't know is I'm speeding through. She's like, it's not time for me yet. We're speeding through because let's do ALC and then we'll come back to Jules and Leah. So ALC, come on up. Because y'all are wondering, you're like, there's 5 chairs up there. What is happening? That's what I'm racing to get to. All right. So ALC, here's one mic. We can kind of go down the row. Who wants to start? What you guys got going on?
All right. In honor of Rush Talk, I'm going to do a little OOTD. So my shoes are Nordstrom Rack. That's from the high step, and I'm going to be doing in here tomorrow to see Thomas Elrod and his mastermind on September 6th. So this is my buffet overalls for the Lunch and Learn with Carolina Gold, September 6th. And then my third highlight is September 7th. So my color is from William Henry in Belmont. That is in honor of the investment I put into myself. And it is important to hear from the investor panel to know how you can achieve that success of becoming an investor for life.
Did everybody video that? Oh my goodness.
So I'm Amber. This is Oksana. We do career development. Also, the first Tuesday in September, Lori Kubrick will be coming to our monthly meeting to share about how she does open houses successfully. So it's open to all, and we'd love to see you there and support her in listening to what she has to say.
Amazing.
Lots of events this September. Just remember September 5th with Lori at 10 a.m. Over there, the high tops, and the investment panel will be right after that.
Hey y'all, I'm Brittany Johnson Sellers. Reminder that we are having our social with KW Cares and the social committee tomorrow from 4 to 7 at Hickory Tavern, where we always are. And the sponsor is going to be Swell Home Inspection. So thank you to Swell for making this happen. And we hope to see you all there. It's one of our last ones of the summer. So everyone in this room should be there, right?
Yeah.
Y'all excited? Okay. As excited as I am? Okay.
No, I'm good. Unless you want to talk about the baseball game, reiterate that. September, what is it again? I'm sorry. Yeah, got my beautiful mic stand here. I'm sorry. But remember, the baseball game will be a great thing too. So we need to see you out there in September on the baseball game, please.
And I'm Leisha Maxwell with the Growth Committee. My counterpart, Sharika's not feeling well, so send her some good vibes for feeling better. So our when you go to their 10 o'clock meeting on the first Tuesday of the month, please stay for the 11 o'clock at the high top. So we're masterminding, trying to talk about ways that we can all build our downline. So everyone is welcome. So please join us. We're having a lot of success with that. And then career night is on Wednesday, the 27th. So please be thinking, who can you invite? Who can you bring? We've been packing the house here, and we have a nice program in place. So you just make the connections. And if you could bring your people, and we will do the rest, and hopefully it'll help add to your downline. So if you have any questions, please reach out.
Is that September 27th?
September 27th.
Okay. We're just making sure.
Yes,
the right
it
day.
is. We do it every other month. So yes, so it's
Awesome.
September 27th. It's career night.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Last but not least, on the count of three, we're all gonna say happy birthday, Amber. Just gonna say happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
She pulled out the outfit of the day. I mean, come on. All right. PJ, we got some amazing vendors here today. I'll open this up in case they're hiding out here.
Some of them are hiding. We do have Miracle Movers here today. They got a new rep. His name's Kelly. Please stop by and say hello to him. I saw Dan out there with
Dan is
Next Day
here.
Photos. As you
He's
guys
on the phone.
already know, our lovely Carolina Gold, who is always here. Meritage Homes, Louise McGuire. A lot of new stuff going on with Meritage Homes. If you guys want to get 5% commission plus $20,000 to $25,000 in upgrades, depending upon which community you're at, you may want to talk to her. Did I miss anybody up there? 210. I didn't see them here. Yeah, I don't think she is here. But as always, thank you 210 for home warranty. Couple of things that we are in search of for the vendor program right now. Number one, landscapers. Sarah just sent me one, so thank you for that. I have a phone call with them later today, and we are still looking for garage door repair, garage door installation. So please help with that. And as always, PJ at Sold by Kennedy, just connect me with them on an email and I'll take it from there. I'll do the heavy lifting. Okay. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's get started with our panel. Come on up, guys. Come on up. Come on up. I have Jess. Do you want to grab that other mic over there, and we'll just kind of pass back and forth. Joe. Joe was just hoping for the mic again. How about if I sit down here? Would that be okay? Then everybody can see you guys.
Gotta leverage every.
So I know, again, everybody's really, I'm just going to talk really loud, but are y'all good if I sit here? I'll be out of the way that way. So y'all were at Mega Camp in Austin, Texas. For those that don't know, KW has two really big events, Family Reunion in February, Mega Camp in Austin in August. So would you start off by just telling us, how long have you been in real estate? And is this your first time or your 8th time? Because I think that's good for context of our conversation today.
I am a first-time Mega Camp attendee, and I've been in real estate for over 20 years. I can tell you, between the corporate world and the real estate world, it was the best 3 days conference I have ever attended. I'm exhausted. Everybody that I meet, I'm so exhausted. And Leisha worked all. Everyone that I meet, I share not just real estate. I'm reaching out to my clients, my entire family, probably is tired of hearing me talk about it. And just telling them what I learned and heard. It was literally life-changing.
I love that. Jim?
Hello, I've been in real estate a little over 6 years. And in corporate life before that, and used to going to all kinds of, conventions and things along those lines. This was my first Mega Camp in person that I was able to go to. And I can tell you, this beat all those other corporate retreats or things that we went on before. I mean, just, like Allison was saying, the energy, the amazing ahas that you get from it. And they're usually what I always call blinding flashes of the obvious. It's not anything that you haven't necessarily heard before. It's packaged different. You see it in action, and some great takeaways.
Would you stand up for really quickly? We can't not pass the shirt up. So again, if you've been with Keller for any amount of time, at every Mega Camp or family reunion, there's always something really fun that they kind of either bring out, or it could just be for marketing purposes. The cool thing about this, if you can't read it in the back, hoist the skull and mustache. So this whole pirate theme, do not miss the mustache on there. Can y'all see it? Gary Keller's mustache. So it's 1983, of course, because Keller Williams has now officially turned 40. Yeah. Amazing. Jess?
Good morning. I've been here 9 years, also first time Mega Camp attendee. I've done family reunion every year, I think, but first time Mega Camp. Honestly, y'all, because I hate the heat, Literally, that's why I avoid Austin. But I was strongly encouraged to go this year, and it was. I'm very glad I did. It was amazing. More to come on that.
Hi, my name's Heather. I will be a real estate agent for 5 years on August 28th. And that date is important because this is my 5th time at Mega Camp. The market center that I originally started at, which was a Keller Williams Market Center, I met with them on Friday. I left the office and they asked me if they could fly me out to Austin, Texas on Monday morning. I knew nothing about Keller Williams. They told me I was going to get to meet Gary Keller. And I was like, wow, does everybody just go straight to the top? Like, you talk to them. And so I went to Mega Camp, and when you're sitting in a room of 14,000 agents and everybody's cheering this man on, you're like, okay, is this a cult? I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of what it felt for the first time. And I ended up drinking the Kool-Aid. I literally emailed Gary Keller while I was there, told him why I wanted to get in real estate and I wanted to only work for a company that would back me up. And then within 48 hours, he emailed me back and he told me he completely supports my dream and my vision. And he hopes that I sign on to Keller Williams. So I did. So Mega Camp got me started and I've been going ever since.
Amazing. Joe?
Oh, afraid to even say anything after that. That's what you get for being last. But this is my 7th year. I've joined Keller Williams. I've never been with another realty company. I was in corporate sales before that. As a matter of fact, I finished Ignite and got fired the next day from my previous job. So I already had 2 deals going. So it's been awesome. Never went to family reunion or Mega Camp until this year after I joined the ALC. That's been a big boost to my career, joining the ALC. So I suggest everybody try that as well. But it was fantastic this year. Mega Camp was a little bit, family reunions, a little bit more of a celebration. This was much more learning. And you get to see amazing agents doing just simple things consistently and really having a great life. And you'll see that's been the key through the whole thing, is the consistency of what the agents did every day in their business. And some incredibly young agents, 22, 23, making, probably 20 million in sales. I mean, fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Really great stuff.
All right. So why don't you keep the mic and we'll start with you this time.
All right.
Does that sound fair? So as far as events and things, give them an idea of what was your favorite event. Just we'll kind of paint a picture so they understand for the people that haven't been.
Right.
What does that look like? What was your favorite thing or event?
Well, the first day I got there, they had the breakout that I was really interested in. It's called Real Estate Planners. I didn't, I had an idea what they did. And I'm selling a lot of houses right now, maybe because of my age. A lot of my peers are either retiring. I'm at the end of the baby boomers, so most my peers are a little bit older. So they're retiring, going into assisted living. Unfortunately, some of them are passing away. This real estate planner group, they teach you how to transfer those assets over to their families without paying huge taxes and stuff like that. So I'm doing 3 more estate sales. My next 3 listings are being, so it's really appropriate. So that breakout, I jumped in there with Dan Ahara, the guy from Hawaii, just has this group, and it's fantastic. I didn't know anybody, and then in comes David Seabour, and I was like, well, this is meant to be. But so he did that, but that was really those breakout sessions for me and the training, and the things like Chispa. I'm not Hispanic, but probably 40% of my clients are. So I joined Chispa and went and partied with them, had too many margaritas, but I made all these
Do you
connections.
love that? That was the first question I asked you. I go, are you lingual? Like as if I didn't know. And he was like, no,
Well,
only for the margaritas.
Yeah, that's right. But I took 4 years of Spanish and I coached soccer. Many of my kids were Hispanic kids here in Charlotte. My very first real estate deal was a Hispanic couple, and it just blossomed from there. He's my electrician who does all the repairs on my listings now. So it just kind of, I thought, it's appropriate. Let's do this. So those breakouts for me were the big things. And I love hearing Gary I love seeing the notes, it giving you the economic story of what's going on in real estate. That's really fabulous because I took picture of every slide he did and I show those to my clients. Then of course we download them and I said, look, it's not a bad time to sell or buy, you know, and show those numbers. Those are fantastic. But those breakouts with those young agents saying, well, I just write letters, you know, and he's got 20 million in sales. He's 21 years old. He doesn't even shave, I don't think, you know, but you know, that just those people, that is so, you know, I mean, it's intimidating, one, but that consistency thing is just pick one thing. You know, that was the thing through that whole thing, you know, Gary Keller's like, so you're just writing letters and you got 20 million in sales and you're 21. He just looks at us and raises his hand and goes, this is not a difficult business. Be consistent. And the thing he said that kind of hit home is, you know, rich people are boring. You know, what they do is boring sometimes, but what they do outside of their work is not so boring.
Yeah.
You know, so it's some pretty good stuff. So I was really touched by that and by the happiness thing. That was something I didn't expect. You know, he had a section, it didn't even talk about real estate. It's talk about your personal life. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy in what you do.
Yeah, it was happy versus hustle. Happy versus hustle. Mhm.
Yep. It's okay to hustle, be happy in that, and also show up with your family happy, which hit home to me. I can be fun guy here in this crowd in front of my clients, but when I go home, sometimes I'm not so happy with the family, you know, and that's more of a personal issue for me, but that really hit home.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Good. Thank you. Miss Heather.
So my favorite part of Mega Camp was the cultural summit. And for those of you that don't know, it just is a spotlight on those agents who are really making a difference in the world, not with how many homes they sell, not with how much money they make, not about their systems and models. It is literally and truly about how they're pouring back into their community and how they're helping other people. And my favorite person was Andrea Anderson. She came out on that stage and you could just feel her energy. I mean, I literally just wanted to cry because I was happy just listening to her. And she's not some multi-mega millionaire agent. She was just unapologetically and just authentically herself. And people were attracted to that. And it made me realize that we need to stop striving to be perfect. We just need to be ourselves and understand people love that. People love and trust people who are just honest and willing to give back and make a difference in the world and make change. And she was doing some amazing things within her community. Not only was she an agent, she's a police officer in her community. And it was just amazing how when she would see a need, she would step up and step in, and she made connections. And I didn't get into real estate to be a salesperson. I literally got into real estate to connect relationships and create those relationships and help where I can. So that is my favorite part, hearing all the different things the agents were doing.
That's awesome.
So I have a couple. Again, first Mega Camp, but a family reunion. One of the things that I love about it is honestly forming new or improving upon relationships with agents in this office, versus networking outside, which you're kind of supposed to do, but hanging out with people in the office, I thought was really, really cool. I always love that. But 2 events. Number 1, the Empower Her cocktail hour with Sarah Reynolds. Has anybody heard of her? Number 1 agent in the entire company. And we just went, a couple of us went to just a little happy hour, and she spoke for 15 minutes about she's getting back into the business, and right now the most important thing to do is find the motivated, right? She talked about and getting as close as you can to the front line, if you will, and to the buyers and sellers, whatever that means to you and your type of business. So that was really, really cool. We got a picture with her, chatted with her for a little while. And then also I kind of snuck into the mastery event with Tim Tebow. And it was really cool. He told his whole story and then talked all about perspective. And my favorite little story from it was, I don't remember everything, but he had just had, I guess, his last hurrah with the Jaguars and was cut, kind of his last chance, I guess, at football. And he was really, really upset and depressed, didn't know what to do. And he ended up going to Africa the next week, I think, for his mission, serving homeless and hungry. And he saw this little boy, or someone told him about this little boy who was sitting in a landfill, I think, alone, starving. And this little boy was wearing a Tim Tebow jersey. And so it was just really, really cool. And it said it totally changed his perspective. And thank goodness he was cut and football was kind of out of his life, because what if he was only known for being good at a game for his whole life? Like, who cares about a game? Instead of, or now moving on to helping people and all these things. So nothing real estate related, and yet like totally life related, and just new perspective on lots of things, a different perspective, and something I really needed to hear, and really like put a fire under me and changed my mindset. So it's really good.
Tim.
Okay. Couple things for me too. And I had to write stuff down because I knew that people would take all my stuff.
Backups to the backup.
Backups to the backup.
Yeah.
But two things on the each day, each afternoon they had panels, agent panels. And Joe mentioned a little bit about that already, but the youngest person up there, I think, was 21 and that, early 20s and super successful. The oldest, I think, was 76. And, each of them, as Joe was saying, did, one thing and really focused on one thing and did it at a very high level. And as I listened to all of the panelists, both those days, there were 4 things that were common in all of those. And usually it was 2 out of the 4 things. They either mentioned MREA, the Red Book, as far as how to, be a successful real estate agent, a millionaire real estate agent. They talked about Shift, and they were talking about pages. They were referencing pages on these things. And they talked about the one thing. And usually everybody mentioned one of those as, the secret to their success. The other thing they mentioned was coaching. They all had a coach. So whether you're in PC coaching when you first start out, MAPS has a bunch of little things in their little different types of coaching, specialized coaching, and then they had the mastery coaching. So just about every successful person has a coach. So get a coach on it. And that was a very big takeaway. The other event that was really impactful was, like Joe said, we talked even at that event, Joe, and you didn't even mention it. But the real estate planner, it's a community that we joined in March, and we've been working through our certifications on that. And so last night we got our final certification, and so certified real estate planner, which is very exciting. But it goes back to one of those panels, and I think it was Sarah Reynolds on the very last panel, when the room starts emptying out, and you really see that 80-20 rule start taking effect, the 20 who are really in it to learn and do some things. But Sarah said, don't do it better than your competition, do it differently, stand out. And that's the key thing that we're going to be doing, with Planner. But those were the main things for me.
Love it. Allison.
The one speaker that I can't get out of my mind is Tim Grover. And I had no idea who this person was. I hadn't read the bios before I arrived because I was flying in on the 4 a.m. flight. And it ends up that Tim Grover is a trainer and mentor coach for some of the top athletes in the world. The ones that he spoke about the most notable are Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And he talked, what I found was his comments very much mirrored Tim Tebow's comments. Like you talk about, there's a common ground. And there was two things that really stuck out in my mind. Number one was failure. There was an underlying tone to every communication that they had was failure, and how they prepare their mind and their bodies to fail, because you're going to fail every day. And then number two was the people that they surround themselves with, their coaches and their mentors, are people that are telling them things that they don't want to hear. They are people that are different. You just mentioned different. They're people that are approaching their solution differently. They're bringing significance. So Tim Tebow said something in his, while he was on stage, that he was being recruited by 4 colleges. And all the recruiters all said the exact same thing. And he ended up picking Florida because Urban Myers said something different. He had a different vision. He had a different plan for Tim Tebow. And all of them, obviously, one of them was also Alabama, and he turned down Alabama to go to Urban Myers. And that was only because he had a different plan for his life. And then Tim Grover, one of his examples was he did Golden Letters, trying to start his career. He did Golden Letters. It was either to 14 or 17 athletes.
Players all on the same team.
All on the same team that were Michael Jordan's team. And he sent these golden letters introducing himself, trying to have them be his trainer. Well, Michael Jordan calls him up and says, "You didn't send me a letter." And he said, "I didn't send him a letter because I was a fear. Out of fear, he didn't send Michael Jordan that letter." So they start talking and they formed a relationship, and Michael Jordan actually hired him to be his trainer. And the only reason he was hired was because he gave Michael Jordan a different training program that nobody else gave him. And he said, "Michael Jordan would have been great without me, but I extended his career." So he became Michael Jordan's life and still lifetime coach, mentor, and trainer. And I thought that is so impactful, because we all say the same thing, right? If you're in front of your clients, you may all say, there could be 5 agents from all different firms, and we may all say the same thing. To know your value that you're bringing to the people that you're talking to, where you can say something different. And sometimes it may not be what they want to hear. And that was real. I can't get that out of my mind. And then if I can say one,
go for it.
Tim Grover said one thing that I also thought was really impactful for life. And I see it in a lot of young people now. It used to be, because I'm older, it used to be that you came out of school and you were talented at whatever you did, and you got a job and you were considered successful because you had talent. And then business changed and life changed, and people had to have a competition in their soul, a competition in their grit. And he said, really, business changed, life changed. You had to have talent and you had to have competition. He said, now you have to add a third layer to your character traits. And he called it resilience, because you're going to get knocked down. You're going to get knocked down every day, maybe a couple times a day. And the magic phone could be a lot of that. You're always looking at all the successes. Everybody's successful. Everything is successful that you see. But now he said, you have to have talent, you have to have competition, and you have to be resilient. And those 3 things together will, whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be real estate, but it will bring you to a place of peace and success. And that really stuck with me.
Love it. All right. So based on our time, let's go back through. Allison, we can start with you. We'll just go end to end. Tell us one thing that you're going to implement in your business, because while I think, again, you can go to these amazing events, if you don't take one takeaway to actually put into action, what's the one thing?
Phil Jones spoke on the very last day. The top 20% were probably still sitting there. I went and bought several of his books immediately after. I read this on the plane home. I was so excited. He calls it magic words. Yeah, I follow him now on YouTube. I'm late to the game because PJ informed me yesterday he's been following him for years. So I'm late, but I'm here now. So what we've done is some of these just simple phrases. It's not life changing. It's not, but the magic words that we are now putting into our text messages. I actually had a client respond that hasn't responded like in months. I used it. If it's not for you, it may not be for you, but
yes,
I texted it to a client and they have responded. And we're putting it into our newsletter, and we're putting it into our golden letter, and we're putting it into our communication. And I'm happy to share.
That's awesome. Could
Just
you,
imagine.
yeah, just imagine. Could you hear the FOMO when she said it? Yeah, this may not be for you, but, and he already responded. Yeah. Words are important. Jim, what are you guys doing?
But what we're doing is, ties into what I've talked about before, and that's, focusing in on one thing, and we always have to kind of do that every so often, refocus your business, because there's too many little shiny objects that pop up over time and you start chasing those shiny objects. And we all have talents. We all have focuses. We all have things that we like to do when it comes to lead gen and our business. And we're going to have the whole team focusing in on those one things. And we're not going to abandon the other lead gens, but we're going to really get good at one thing each and really take that to the next level.
For me, someone set it up here. Everything we heard from, I think 80 people over the 2 days, 80 agents. Literally not a single person is doing something crazy or special at all. They're just doing it really, really well in consistency. So for me, is continuing to be consistent, and then some specific things. A girls' night out event at supporting a local business and a charity. I thought that was really cool. You can come. And then I do a lot of farming, and I'm always looking at ways to improve upon that. And 2 simple things that I should be doing already. Well, one is previewing all of the houses. I should know every single house in my neighborhood instead of being annoyed that I didn't get the listing. Preview it and know everything in your neighborhood if you're farming, even if you're not farming. And then also somebody said they do a notable neighbor little feature on their Facebook page. Again, just giving back to the community, I think. And then one more thing, recruiting is something that I need to work on, or sharing the KW culture, if you will. And I thought this was the coolest thing. I'd never heard of it. She was a luxury agent in Texas, I think. She sends a handwritten card and a $10 Starbucks gift card to every single agent. If it's a multiple offer situation, every agent that their offer is not accepted. And something along the lines of, it's tough out there, hope to come across you again, whatever, good luck. But I just thought it was the coolest thing. And standing out and being different.
So one of the things that Phil Jones had mentioned that was eye-opening to me was the toddler situation, where a toddler asks for something and they don't know when to stop. They just keep asking until they get it. And I thought, wow, a toddler is probably a better realtor than I am, because I ask once, and if they say no, I'm done.
Yeah,
I need to be more consistent. So that was one of the things that I was going to take away. However, somebody had said people like choices. So we should be the educated real estate agent that is giving choices. And that's what we're going to implement, is that we're going to use the education that we have to give our clients choices. I did it yesterday. I had a client that's older, coming back, going to sell her house, and she can only use that cash to buy a house. And I called her yesterday to follow up. Are we looking for a house now? Like, I saw your house is under contract in Myrtle Beach. Let's go. And she goes, no, I decided I'm going to rent. I got less than what I was looking for. And I said, okay, well, you have 2 choices. You can rent, or why don't you go ahead and talk to, one of our preferred realtor or our lenders and talk to them about a reverse mortgage. I think that might be your best way to get into a house in the neighborhood you want to get to. And this morning she called me and said, hey, I want to make an offer on this house in this neighborhood. So we got the sale now. We're not renting anymore. So I'm implementing that right away.
Way to be a toddler, girl. I love it.
I guess the first thing that I want to do is finish up what Jim has done with the real estate planner, get through that. I'm really excited to do that, just because I seem to be getting tons and tons of listings that are going to implement that. Jessica and I are in the same small group coaching with Chip Walton. We talked about that. She's kind of inspired me to go back to farming again. I saw that as kind of something as a real cash drain on me when I first started. But it would have been much more successful if I'd stayed consistent with it. So, and Jessica, thank you for that. So I'm going to do my neighborhood on that. And then I still do handwritten cards. I do that. I'm actually trying to mine some for my buyers in certain areas. I've got a couple buyers that are above 1 million. We can't even find any place for them that's really suitable for them. So I continue to mine those neighborhoods in that price range with handwritten letters and everything. So I'm going to continue to do all those things more consistently is really what I'm looking for.
That word came up a lot
It
for
sure
us,
did.
didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah.
I am guilty of not being consistent with that. So.
That's all right. Love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I do want to share one more thing. So as Mark King says, this book right here is how you win. So this is the just produced. Did anybody else purchase one? Were y'all able to even get one? So we've got a couple in-house, You can order now. Here's the QR code. It'll take you directly to the link. It's only 20 bucks, right? 20 bucks. So I'm going to give you an example. It literally goes back to everything you guys said. Pick one thing and do it at a really high level. So because Keller Williams is so amazing, they've literally put it into one-pagers, is what Jason Abrams calls them. They put them into one-pagers of how to. So let's just say, for example, I started flipping through and I'm like, what am I going to show everybody? Like, what's just one thing? Like, because there's so many. Literally in the first 5 pages, there's 6 pages of unique touches alone in the first 6 pages. When you don't know what event to do, or hey, I want to farm. I'm already got my farm, but I want to do another event or bring it to the next level. I'll read you a couple of these. Easter egg hunts, bunny pictures, Grinch pictures, Santa pictures, pie gives away. You've heard of all those. What about a charity drive, an ice cream truck, a community block party, junk removal, window cleaning, shredding events, blood drives, stadium tours? One takes their clients, on a tour and there was one dude on the stage that he's throwing parties. So it's like, oh yeah, you throw a client event and you had 40 people come. He's throwing them every month and getting 200 plus people at the event that the clients are paying to attend because it's a FOMO event. Nobody's missing out on this. This is just an example of all of the things. You guys order the book, 20 bucks. It'll take you right there. Come to my office. I'm happy to talk with you about it. This is how you take exactly what they were saying. Take it to the next level. Pick your one thing. Take it to the next level. Okay. So it's the playbook. We don't have time for questions. Is there anybody that's just dying to ask one thing? One thing. Yes.
Exactly what to say. It was, I think it was $15.
Amazon, and it will.
Oh, exactly what to say.
It will look a little. There's different versions. This is
different
the
versions.
updated. Mhm.
Is that by Phil Jones?
Yeah.
Now this, what I found the most helpful is it's actually geared towards real estate. I think his other books are more geared towards everyone.
So different versions. Literally, if you Amazon it, I think the original black and orange one's $11.
It is, but this one's better.
Yep. Awesome. You guys give him a round of applause. That was awesome. And I think that's all she wrote. No? Oh, they didn't come in. Oh,
They did.
gotcha.
I texted them and I was like, hey.
Amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you, Joe.
Sorry, I saw people
You wanna,
scanning.
I don't know
that.
if he turned them off.
I saw people scanning.
All good.